the maximum from Dawson County, and this is BLITZ.
Joining us now on BLITZ is Dwayne Sapp, second-year head coach of the Dawson County Tigers. Coach, really appreciate your time.
Well, I appreciate you having me on this morning.
Absolutely, and love talking about your team. You guys are 13-6. You're kind of doing well right now, gelling with a 6-game win streak. You're 8-3 within region play. Talk about, though, how this season seems like it's kind of been a little bit of a roller coaster because you got off to a good 5-0 start, and then you had a couple losing streaks mixed in, and now you're getting hot again.
Well, there's always an ebb and flow to a season. And we played really well early. Then we kind of hit a little skid, but some of it had to do with some injuries and the ebb and flow of a season as far as the batting and things like that. And we kind of struggled a little bit. And some of it was due to the teams we played. Some of the teams we played were very good. And we're not a surprise team this year. Last year we may have surprised some people, but we seem to be getting a lot of people's best at us. And, when you're seeing someone's best guys, and we've seen several Division I pitchers. So, this year I told them early it was going to be a little bit tougher road for us.
Absolutely. Like you said, the target's on the back for you guys now after last year's deep run. How has that been, because you brought back a good mix of great playmakers that came up big last year, but you lose guys like Tucker Maxwell, and I know third baseman's name's slipping my mind right now, Brody Chester, but
yes.
You had a lot of guys you had to replace.
We did. It was hard to replace some of them. I mean, 3 of the 4 seniors, signed to go play college ball. And when you lose some of that depth and some of that leadership, it takes, the next year your team's a totally different team, even if you bring back most of the players. Because last year, kids that were in roles, and they were more like role players, had to become leaders. So it's taken some time for some of those kids to step up. And that's sort of what happened throughout the season, playing well early, kind of building on some momentum, and then hitting a little lull in there. But these kids have come around, and some of the seniors we have kind of stepped up more in a leadership role and sort of assumed those roles. Each team's got to find its own identity, and we've kind of maybe we've hit that stretch right now here going into the home stretch here in the last couple of series.
Boy, it sure looks like it. You took one of the 3 out of, against GAC, which was no easy task. And then, like you said, you're hitting that stride right now. 66 runs scored in this 6-game win streak. What would you attribute this offensive onslaught right now to?
Well, we've played with several different lineups and kind of have gotten in a little bit of a gel with a couple of kids right now, and just really just finding out where each one of them fits throughout the lineup, and the pitching's been pretty good, and when your pitching's been solid and you're holding people, a little bit at bay, and that's been a big part of our season so far. And some of the guys that, like Luke Martin, who didn't play last year, he's concentrating more on football. He's kind of come around. It's taken him some good bit of the season since he didn't play last year. And some of the other kids are having good seasons and outstanding years too. So there's a lot to it, but I think a lot of it just has to do with just the gelling of the team. It's a different team, and each one of them takes on different identities, and we're swinging it pretty good right now. So
yeah, I would say so. 8 times that you guys have scored 10 or more, and 151 runs tops the region. But you kind of touched on the pitching too. In the last 4 games, especially, just 2 runs allowed. I imagine when you got your offense rolling like it is, it sure looks good when the pitching's right there in tune as well.
It is, and when you go out and score early, and that's been a big key. If you look, we've scored runs early. Offensively, you can relax a little bit, and the pitching has been really, really good. I mean, Noah Davis, even in the loss to GAC, pitched really good. Honestly, made one bad pitch. He got hit for a 3-run home run, and that turned that first game around. And then game 2, we come to our place, and we play in a small ballpark, and when the wind's blowing out, it can not be a lot of fun for you if you're not careful. And you walk somebody, they get one hit, and then they pop one up, and it's a 3-run home run. And it's difficult. So, but we pitched well. Connor Bearden has pitched outstanding up till this point. I couldn't rattle off all his stats, but he's throwing 2 hitters and 3 hitters and 1 hitters and stuff like that. So I felt like we had a pretty deep staff. We don't have a dominant staff. We don't have guys that are just flamethrowers, but we've got a nice mix of arms, and they all are a little bit unique. And it's taken myself some time to fill out the starters and the relievers and who do you want to bring in after this kid and those kind of things. So
right.
It's just one of those things that throughout the season you sort of find your niche, and we sort of found a little niche here recently.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're kind of, it's crazy to see that we're kind of already on, well down the back stretch right now, but you got GAC, that series is out of the way. You took 1 of 2, you kind of end that one on a high note. North Hall kind of looms at the bottom of the schedule, the last 3 games of the year. I think 2 of those are at home for you, so I know they kind of are the 2 teams ahead of you right now in the standings, but what's going to be the key for you guys to make another deep run like you did last year?
Well, getting everyone healthy. We still got another arm that we're waiting on to get healthy, and if he gets healthy, that could really make a big difference with us. I felt like if Hudson, my youngest, if he was healthy all year, and he hasn't pitched the entire region tournament or the region season.
Mm-hmm.
Just had a little shoulder issue, and we've had to let it flame out and die down. And he may come back for the last series. We're not sure, but hopefully we get him for the playoffs. Adding a power left-handed arm could really help us.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, just we need to keep doing what we're doing. We need to keep swinging the bats well, because I feel like we're going, much like we did last year, we're just going to have to score a lot of runs. And if we can keep doing those things and get to that North Hall series with a chance. That's all we want.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a heck of a series, because they're well coached and they've got a good team. And them and GAC played the series before us, so we'll know going into that last series, whether we have a shot at first or second or third, something like that.
Yeah.
We just looking at the region, we win a couple more. I feel like we secure a playoff spot. So we got to get couple more wins,
mm-hmm.
and then we've got that, and then you sort of can relax and just see where everything pans out.
Absolutely, and I got a good feeling about it. But Coach, thanks again so much for your time, and congrats on just the recent 6-game win streak, and hope that doesn't end anytime soon.
Yeah, me too.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
I'm Dwayne Sapp with the Dawson Co Tigers, and this is BLITZ.